Hi guys, my name's Lupe,
And I'm Manny.
and this is Three Shared Brain Cells.
Yeah.
The podcast where two guys who share three brain cells talk about stuff, because we can.
And we will. So, not the smartest guys, but
We're here.
do like talking. So, anyways.
So how are you doing today, man?
Today, how am I doing or what am I doing?
How are you doing? Or what are you doing?
You know the answer to how I'm doing. Could be better.
Could be better.
Could always be better.
Could be better.
What am I doing? I started the morning off with a little bit of training. Ate some McDonald's. My car got booted. So that was...
That's right.
That sucked, man.
You paid $75 for it?
$75. I had to call him. I called him as soon as I got it at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
I told you, right?
4 in the morning?
Because I fell asleep in the couch. My cousin woke me up at 4 in the morning.
To tell you or what?
Yeah, well, because he had just gotten off work. And so he checked. Yeah, he checked. I checked the paper, and it said 2:30. And I was like, damn, because I was planning on moving my car at 1:30, but yeah, I passed out. And so I called him and left him a voicemail, leaving my license plate, my where I live, all that stuff, what it told me. And then I just waiting for a text, and it took forever. And they're still asking for all the information I gave them in the voicemail,
For real?
even though they had it in the voicemail.
That's whack.
Yeah, and then they had to come. It took them for like an hour to get there, and then...
Do they do that to every car that gets on the street?
Yeah, they do boot them. It's like, why though? It's like, I get it's getting community and all, but why can't I park in the street? It's a big
That's
deal.
whack. That's whack.
Yeah.
Do they have a sign that says? Yeah, they do on
They
the
do
gate.
have a sign inside, but it's like, come on, it's not that big of a deal. We're paying for the property. Just,
They've also probably seen your car there like all the time, so why would they boot it if they know it's in that neighborhood?
they know
It's not
I-
like it's a random person.
exactly. I live there.
I don't know.
Now I'm here. What have you done all day?
I woke up,
Naturally.
I made tamales,
All right, nice.
and I did laundry. And then...
Finally.
Yeah, finally. It's still in the dryer. And I waited a few hours for some stuff, and then you showed up, and here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Still waiting, I guess.
Still waiting.
Still waiting.
Yeah.
The wait never ends, I guess.
I can't take you seriously sometimes.
Yeah. I wouldn't either.
But...
And
what?
did you see that the Marvel released their...
Oh my god, that's how you're going to transition into this? Okay.
Of course it is. Did you see the Marvel released the Phase 5? I think was it Phase 4 and 5?
Phase 4. Phase 4, but Phase 5 has like stuff that's been announced already, but it's not planned out yet. I mean, not to the public eye, obviously. Probably for
Yeah,
Marvel,
yeah.
they're already at Phase 10 or whatever.
Probably not in production yet, though.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, well, I mean, they barely started production. Very minimal shit.
I think...
Well, they started production on Black Widow. They started production on
Yeah,
Black
that
Widow.
comes out next year, right?
Is it next year or is it this winter?
Is it this winter?
I thought it was December or November.
If it's this winter,
No,
then
that's
fast.
too soon. That's too
Yeah.
soon.
But
What else?
I think Falcon and Winter Soldier starts production a little later this year. So that's coming up
What
soon.
else is there?
WandaVision? I don't know when
WandaVision.
That's what it's called.
It's called Wanda and Vision, not WandaVision.
It's WandaVision, bro.
That's stupid. That's stupid as fuck.
That's your ship name, alright?
WandaVision. I don't think they'll... Have they started?
I don't know if they started, but I think also they're starting later this year for sure.
But that's on the TV shows.
Yeah,
so
TV
it's a little
shows.
different of a production schedule than an actual movie.
But it's still the same actors.
No, yeah,
So-
but I mean,
Yeah.
movies-wise, what did they have planned? Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi, that one's gonna come out, and Mandarin finally.
The Mandarin.
The real Mandarin.
The real
with
Mandarin.
The rings.
What about... They haven't started Doctor Strange.
No, Thor maybe. Thor's probably starting soon.
Thor
If it
Love and
hasn't
Thunder,
already.
maybe, because they already have the director, they have all that stuff.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy, was that... And this... Did they even announce
No, I
that?
didn't see it actually. But James Gunn's gonna direct it for sure, and it's like.
Is it going to be a part of Thor Love and Thunder, since he was with the Guardians
It's a
when
good
they went
question.
into
It's a
space?
great question. So I feel like they should have done Guardians first, and then Thor 4,
You think so?
because he left with the Guardians. So it would make sense to finish the story off, and then Thor leaves, and now it's Thor 4.
What's the premise even going to be at this point?
Guardians?
Of Thor.
Natalie
Because, I mean,
Portman.
if they introduce Thor again, they have to introduce him into the new saga for some reason.
It's true.
And, like, Thor's main thing was just Asgard, the Tesseract, and Ragnarok.
And Loki.
Loki.
He's
But
dead.
Loki tied back to the Tesseract on every
yeah.
occasion.
Yeah,
Plus the
that's right.
staff, which tied back to the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
So,
Tied back to
I mean,
Aang.
what are you going to do now? I mean, I know it's to introduce female Thor, so is Thor going to die?
That's what I'm thinking. Is like, is he dead? I mean,
And, like,
they just gave him a good story arc. It's like, don't kill him.
You said you didn't like it, though.
It's not that. It was a good story arc because people got interested, and he kind of became. Well, see, I didn't like his story arc in Endgame because now I understand there's depression or whatever, but
No, see, I like that story arc because I thought that was
Yeah.
realistic. Because like when he went to go see the movie, when I went to go watch Endgame for the first time, everybody was laughing when he said I went for the head, or they were cheering and everything.
yeah.
But if you look at his
they
face,
see that part, yeah, that part I liked.
you could tell that like it didn't fix anything.
Like, it was just like I went for the
Yeah,
head.
it
I
was
killed
just
him. Like,
he literally killed them,
Yeah,
but
but he
nothing
solved.
else. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like you see the title card that says 5 years later. I like that. I mean, yeah, turning him into Bro Thor maybe
I don't like that.
it was a choice,
not a good choice.
but I don't know if that's what he would have done because I think he suffered through worse.
Well, like his mom died. I think that's
And
harder.
his dad.
And I think that's harder than Loki dying, in my opinion. Like, because Loki, he loved Loki or whatever, but it's like his mom. Come on, it's like a little more.
True.
No,
Well, then he
no.
also did lose probably a good portion of his people as well.
He did remember in the beginning half of the people died, in Infinity War.
What about at the end of the snap? Do
Then
half,
another half
then
people
another
died.
half.
So
So,
he
I
only has a
assume
quarter left.
that helps with the depression and everything.
Yeah.
And we didn't see Valkyrie until the end, so I assume maybe she was snapped.
I thought we did see Valkyrie in Endgame.
But at the
Or
very end,
no,
but
saw her in
never
Infinity
knew
War.
Asgard.
Saw her in Infinity War.
We saw her.
Wait, was it her?
No, we saw her in Endgame when she came through the portals.
Yeah, when she was in the.
but we
in
never
the
saw her in New
Pegasus.
Asgard, so I assume that Thor was king of Asgard still.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
He
Probably
would have had
more.
to have been, yeah.
But he's not king anymore.
No, it's that.
So.
Since it's Valkyrie is king, queen, whatever, and she's bisexual or whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
But what happens when you introduce Natalie Portman's Jane Foster's Thor into
Well,
the story?
She can't just give up being queen because she was made rightful queen. Like it's not like Thor just died and she took over. No, he gave her
Is she gonna get any special power up or anything?
power up. Probably not because she's just.
I mean, she's a Valkyrie, so she's already strong enough. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? She has the Pegasus and the
the fine skills and
and the Fanged sword or whatever it
she's
is.
an Asgardian.
And she's an Asgardian, so she's naturally strong as hell.
Exactly.
But like,
But I don't think Natalie Portman was gonna come up to her and be like, hey, give me back my throne. Because it's not her throne.
it's not her throne. It's just the title of Thor.
Yeah, because Thor, it's not the title of Thor isn't king. Odin's son is king, right? Because of the lineage.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But how is it gonna work? Because there's no Mjolnir anymore. There's only Stormbreaker. And for female Thor,
Did he return?
Captain America left with Mjolnir in his hand when he went.
Stormbreaker maybe, but Stormbreaker doesn't give you the power of Thor.
It doesn't give you the power of Thor because it was enchanted by Odin. Whoever
whoever
social
Ye who worthy be ye
who wields this
Thor.
sword is worthy of the power of Thor.
Yeah.
Or some bullshit from the first movie.
But then that's the thing. In the
How will she get the power of Thor's?
when they were showing at Comic-Con, he had Mjolnir.
Exactly.
So it's
So
like he doesn't have.
do they
Mjolnir.
make a new one? Who would make it? Because, I mean, what was that giant's name from Infinity War? You know the one.
I know what you're talking
The one
about. Yeah.
played by Peter Dinklage.
Peter
I think?
Dinklage, yeah.
Does
That's
can
him
he
dying.
make one? 'Cause
He-
those-
He can make one because his hands are.
do you don't think they figure out how? No, because that was with the power of
Yeah.
the Reality Stone or whatever.
Even if it did, it's like it doesn't matter because it's not the hammer. 'Cause, I mean, it is, but it's Mjolnir in particular that gives Thor his powers.
It is well.
Or his worthiness.
It channels his worthiness, and
Yeah.
it's used as a conduit for his
Exactly.
power.
So
because
it-
Thor's power is on his own, as we
Yeah.
find out in Ragnarok, Infinity War, and Endgame.
But making a new Mjolnir doesn't make it worthiness. 'cause
It
doesn't have
wouldn't
the
because
enchantment.
who would make the enchantment?
It's
Because
the
there's
reason-
Odin isn't left.
Yeah.
There's no more witches from Asgard because to our best of our knowledge, the best
dead.
witch was Thor's mom.
Yeah, she died.
Loki isn't there, so he's good at magic and everything. Thor, as far as we know, he just uses lightning and is a fighter.
He I think he knows some magic.
You think so?
From
Well, I mean, he
being
can summon the
Loki.
Bifrost now. Does that count as magic?
Can you summon the Bifrost?
He can with Stormbreaker.
Oh, he can. That's right. That's right. That kind of counts.
But the main point is, how are we going to get Jane Foster to Thor?
But here's the thing: when Captain America picked up Stormbreaker, he had lightning.
What do you mean?
Because you remember he shot lightning at
With Mjolnir?
no, yeah, oh yeah, he had Mjolnir.
But
yeah, he
I
had
think
Mjolnir.
I think that's part of the enchantment.
Yeah,
As
he had
far
Mjolnir.
as the moment that you pick it up, you know what's up, kind of.
Exactly, yeah.
So you're worthy.
But he wasn't made Thor, right? He only had the power of Thor.
So do you think that means Thor is being? Are they going to retcon this and basically say that Thor is a title and not a name of a person?
They have to, because if she's going to be female Thor, even
Or
though people don't
just
like
Thor
the
is
title,
how they-
if she's going to be Thor, it's like, then they have to retcon it. Because in the comics, Thor isn't a name, it's a title. They retconned it in the comics, it's a title. And so
Yeah.
Odin's son's his name. His name's
Odin's son. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but But when what's her name, Jane Foster?
Jane
When she
Foster.
becomes Thor, she's just Thor.
She takes So
And
I assume they're gonna retcon it
Yeah.
to the point where they are gonna explain. I mean, something's gonna happen. Obviously, we're gonna get
Something has to happen.
some more lore and some more mythos.
well, in Thor, the second Thor,
Dark World?
yeah, she has a cancer or something like that, right? Because of the stone.
Because the ether,
Yeah, but you see, in the comics, she also has a cancer, and it gives her the power of Thor to save her.
But does that make her worthy of being?
It doesn't make her worthy, right?
So
Just
that's
'cause
the
you're
thing.
dying, it's like
So is it going to be worthiness on a different scale? Because the only people who have been comics and MCU, the only ones who have been worthy are Thor himself, Cap, Vision, and then if you go comic wise, you get Beta Ray Bill,
Beta Ray Bill. That's right.
who was worthy of the actual title.
And who was maybe in the movies.
He actually he
of
was. He was
Ragnarok.
in Ragnarok.
Yeah, he was
because he
in
was
Ragnarok.
a
Yeah,
statue. He was next to Thanos' head.
And have you ever seen Planet Hulk, the animated movie?
Mhm.
He comes out and he's Thor.
And he's technically worthy of the power of Thor that
he-
Thor held at that moment.
And he has
before-
Stormbreaker.
Exactly, yeah. Before Hela destroyed Mjolnir,
Yeah.
that would have been his worthiness would have applied.
Exactly.
But Jane Foster, I don't see her as being someone who's worthy.
I mean, it's like
Nothing against her,
No,
or,
I mean,
or
whatever.
you know,
My thing is, look, she left for 3 movies, right? Because if we count Endgame, she left for Thor 3, which makes sense, I guess. She left for Infinity War. She didn't want to reshoot the scenes, is what I heard. I don't know how factual it is. But it's like, why bring her back? It doesn't seem like she wants to be in the movies. You know?
well, for the paycheck.
It's like, that's...
I mean, honestly, bro, if you're gonna become the next Thor, obviously you're gonna make a fat paycheck. Thor is at this point, it's $1 billion movie marketing franchise.
And I get that from her point of view. But why would the director kind of bring something
Because
back?
they want to make people happy, bro. They want to make people. Why else would they make another Thor? Thor's story could have been finished in Endgame.
Could have.
You had the original 3 already done.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from Hulk, I mean, I guess he counts as a part of the original because he was before even Thor had his movie.
That's true.
But if you're thinking Avengers-wise, the original 3 Avengers, who are Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor, their story should have ended the same way that his story should have ended like Cap's and Iron Man's.
Yeah.
Just finish it. You either become old, you retire, whatever.
And he should have just been king.
He could have just finished off and just been like, oh, I'm just going to live on Earth, live a happy life.
Like Odin. You know?
Yeah. But
well, maybe not. Like Odin.
I think it's just fan service at this point. You know what I mean? Because
and that's what Endgame was. And I'm fine with that, but it's like Thor.
But this is just too much. Like Thor doesn't need another arc. We finished him off.
I think the reason being too is that Chris Hemsworth wanted another movie, right? It's like he wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
Whereas Chris Evans wanted to stop. He wanted to direct. I remember telling you about that movie just.
Yesterday.
Before we go, he didn't do so hot, but he wants to direct.
He wants to direct now.
Versus.
Robert Downey Jr. It's Robert Downey
Jr.
I mean, he can come back eventually if he wants to, but that's up to him.
But I'm sure he wanted to finish it off. You know, he's getting.
I
a little
assume
older.
so. He's been doing this for what, 10, 12 years now.
So it's like.
I mean, nobody's ever going to replace him as Iron Man.
I hope not.
Not in my heart.
So they wanted to finish. They wanted their story to end. Versus Chris Hemsworth, he wanted to keep going.
I mean, he's still young.
But he's the same age as like Chris Evans, essentially, just about. So I mean.
But his tone in movies is a little different. I mean, if you look at in reality now, if you look at the Thor series, it's kind of going to be a comedy now.
Yeah.
Because Thor 1 and Thor 2, they were more action and drama kind of filled.
I think Thunder and Love and Thunder?
Love and Thunder.
It's going to be a rom-com, right?
I'm assuming so. If you're going to give Jane Foster the power of Thor, there has to be first of all, how are you going to reintroduce her?
That's the bigger
Second
thing.
of all, how are you going to get her to actually get that power? Third of all, why? Why does she...
I think the why and the how is a big... Because bringing her back... No, I mean the how of bringing her back, I mean, is a hard part. But the why, that's like the hardest part with anything. It's like... Because you got to make it so the fans are okay with it.
Yeah.
How many fans are really okay with it? Do I care? I don't know. I didn't like Thor to begin with that much.
I like Ragnarok. I personally like Thor more in Ragnarok than I did previously in the Avengers films or in his own solo films, but that's because I like comedies.
Yeah, I see exactly. When I think of superhero movies, I think of Civil War. Or not Civil War, sorry, I think of Winter Soldier. You know, that's easily the best.
Well, that's because that one's more dramatic and that one's more straight to the point.
And I love Captain America. He's easily my favorite hero.
Yeah.
Captain America, and then not my favorite, but out of Marvel. Could be him and Iron Man tied for first place. So, you know, like that's where I see my action. But whereas we're going with Thor, it's like he was boring. And I get what you're saying.
He was boring. That's why they kind of
Thor
redid him.
He's like he got to be a little more fun, but it's.
They did that to the whole cast. They did that to Hulk. Hulk was never a funny individual.
I didn't like Hulk either, though.
I mean,
I don't like him in Endgame.
They changed him up altogether, Bruce Banner and Hulk, because Bruce Banner was always very serious. If you look at Bruce Banner, he's never been the funny guy. He's never been that kind of guy.
He was never a bro.
Same with the Hulk. Even when he got his consciousness or everything, he never was, because he was semi-conscious in Age of Ultron. He was able to differentiate. He was able to make his own decisions without pure rage. He was able to come down with Natasha's sleep and everything. Yeah. But he wasn't funny at that point. There was no sign or indication of him being a funny individual.
Or you're thinking about him in what's Ragnarok. Hulk's still not even. He's not funny. He's dumb because he's 2 years old or whatever. But he's not like a funny guy. Is what.
Yeah.
So it's like Hulk's not.
He's always just been either straightforward and to the point, smart when he becomes Professor Hulk, or just Hulk. He just hulks out.
Exactly. Even the comic run right now, I think it's called Immortal Hulk, where Bruce Banner dies.
And Hulk takes.
And he dies until nighttime. Hulk only comes out at nighttime.
Okay.
Even then, he's conscious. He's like self-aware.
But he's not a funny
guy. Yeah, he's like a serious stern.
Well, I mean, it is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so they have taken different direction styles and
I guess right.
and story styles. Because I mean, if you look at any of the films, I mean, everything's different starting from Iron Man 1.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Iron Man 1 was way different.
It was way different. I mean, the incorporation of how he became Iron Man was kind of similar to the comics.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's all you have really in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You have similarities, but you're not really following the continuity of the comics themselves. You take from each, but you build your own story, which I guess makes sense because it is a film and comic is different.
Exactly, and I'm fine with that because if we had Infinity War the same way the comics would, what'd be the fun in that? We knew exactly what's happening.
I don't know, because if you look at it, like you were talking earlier, DC, when it comes to their animated series, they're very true to adaptation. Like their TV series and their movie series that are animated, they're very true to the actual comics themselves.
Well, because they said Justice League, the animated series.
Yeah.
If they wanted to make a comic based, Wally West would have killed everyone, or not killed everyone, but when Brainiac came, easy. Superman too. So although they try to stick to it as much as possible,
but it doesn't hurt it.
But exactly, but they also go off their own tangents.
But that's the thing. How far do you have to go to make it likable? Because at this point, if you look at Marvel, you're kind of expecting kind of a semi-comedy.
Yeah.
Because much. Even with Endgame, you have comedical points.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is a full-on comedy.
Yeah, it's straight up. It's Paul Rudd.
Yeah, but I mean, like, still, regardless of the situation, you don't have to make Hank Pym and Scott and Hope and everybody comedians.
And that's another thing. Hank Pym he's an asshole.
He is.
Like he beats his wife and he has anger issues.
And I mean, he kind of comes off as a little bit of a dick.
But not really. He's like sarcastic. Is what he's really coming off of an Ant-Man.
Do you think it's because of the age range of people who are watching?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, you're not going to make him hit his wife.
Because, I mean, Iron Man 1, it was, for the most part, it was actually a very intense story. Like, you had terrorism. You had Yeah, right? And that was a lot more mature. Same thing with Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, exactly.
That was very mature. So when did the transition happen to comedy?
That's a good question.
Well, let's look at it. Iron Man
2. Think about it. His alcoholism, nothing but a joke.
And that was that's why they removed it, because they said it wasn't appropriate for the demographic that they were going for.
And in my opinion,
and Iron Man,
you're shooting for teenagers. You're not shooting for little kids. That's just the truth.
The little kids are just going to watch it with their teenage brothers or sisters or their parents.
But look at the comics too. They're not for everyone.
They some stuff. They literally have the rating on the corner. This is who it's made for.
Exactly.
And these movies are PG-13.
Exactly. So you could add some more serious tones. Teenagers, in my opinion, teenagers are mature enough to handle it. Not mature enough.
They are. Well, if you look at it, Deadpool is a rated R movie, and it did great, and it stuck to its guns.
Exactly. They didn't make Deadpool friendly.
So why? I mean, I know in the comics Iron Man's kind of a dick, if we're being honest. Iron Man is not as sociable as he is in the movies. Nope. He is a very different person, especially if you introduce him into Civil War. He's not any way that he is right now. He's not understanding or anything.
See, in the movie Civil War, you can go either way. In the comics, it's just Captain America. That's right.
So with Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2 were serious. Iron Man 3, comedic. You got some comedic elements in there.
But you also handle his PTSD a little weird too, because they take it a little more seriously, but not as serious as I would have liked. For sure.
No, they kind of scrubbed it off at the end. Yeah. I mean, once he left with that kid, I mean, that's not. I mean, you've been dealing with this for what now? A couple of years at this point.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you meet a kid, you build a suit, and you have to save the president. And you're over it. No, that's not how that works. Unfortunately.
You got PTSD, man. Like
it's gonna stick.
Yeah, in Age of Ultron too. It's like it kind of comes into play a little bit with everyone being dead, but it's still not. It's not that serious. The same thing with Infinity War when he sees Thanos. They kind of bring it up, but it's like you saw Thanos and you said he was in your head for 8 years or whatever. But was he really?
Well, the thought of.
Because that's why Age of Ultron's there, right? Because he wanted to build a suit around the world.
He wanted to build a suit around the world, and he built that because Wanda gave him the vision of what would happen. What was that vision actually?
Well, you see the Chitauri.
You see the Chitauri army again. You see Cap on the floor. You see all the Avengers taken down at this point, basically. But what was that vision? Was that something that she put into his head, or is that something that he was already thinking that she made him realize more?
That's probably what it was.
I think so because she said he's going to destroy himself. So I assume those were his own. He is his own worst enemy.
And that's what he was, kind of self-destructive, like in Iron Man 2, like you said, like his alcoholism and all his issues.
Yeah, and then letting Rhodey take the suit and not even really caring about it. He was like, oh, whatever, he took the suit. I mean, it can't really be whatever. It's a multi-million-dollar suit.
Yeah, and he has a kill switch in there. Like, come on,
he could just tell Jarvis to, hey, stop the suit right away, blow it up. He could literally kill his best friend on the spot. He wouldn't, but he could. He has the access to. He has
to shut it down.
Yeah, I mean, he has full control of Spider-Man's suit.
He does. Does he?
He does. He can access it, bro.
Not anymore. He's dead.
Homecoming suit.
All right.
He technically had full access because remember when he picked him up from the lake, he said with this heater function, and right after that the heater function turned off to heat up iron. So he must have access to everything else.
But no, because remember that was before you hacked it, Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, like at that point, you know what I mean. So prior to him hacking it, Spider-Man had full control after hacking.
Yeah. So as Rhodey was flying off, he could.
Rhodey was flying off, he could just say,
"Bring him back.
Land it. Stop it."
Yeah. It's simple. That's simple.
Turn off display, freeze. Stop mobility. Land.
And it's that simple. I mean, Jarvis is going to listen to Rhodey more than he's going to listen to Tony.
Yeah. Because it is just there's artificial intelligence inside every suit. That's what we see with Iron, like any of his suits and the Iron Legion and everything. So he could have stopped it either way.
So I guess that brings us to the next point. Is Karen still in the spider suit?
I don't know. We never heard her.
Is she in the Iron Spider suit?
Yeah, well, something is in there because he activated instant kill mode in Endgame.
Oh, you're right.
So something had to have triggered it. Because Tony still had Friday. Pepper Potts as what was it? Rescue?
Rescue, yeah.
Rescue had Friday. So they share that. To the best of our knowledge, Peter is the only one who has Karen. We don't know what Rhodey has. Maybe he still has a version of Friday. Maybe. Or he doesn't even have one altogether.
He's got to have one.
He has some sort.
He probably has like a softer version.
He probably has like a toned down one. Yeah. It's not like you don't have full access to Stark Enterprises. Yeah, the only ones that are going to be are Tony and Pepper.
Makes sense.
So, what was that one from the Far From Home?
Edith.
Yeah. Is he going to be able to incorporate that into the Iron Spider suit or to any of the
That's what I was wondering because he has access to the glasses now and they're all his.
Yeah.
Can he put it in the suit? Is he?
Can he make a copy? Because I know
he's smart enough.
I assume he can get help elsewhere.
Well, I guess he has Stark Tech too now, right?
He has Stark. Yeah, he has a Happy who has full access to everything Tony Stark still. That's why he built his suit because he has that ability. But does it make sense to put Edith in the suit? Because the point of the glasses are you can do it inconspicuously at any time of the day at any point.
It's true.
But if you put it only if you don't carry the glasses and you're only going to use it with your Iron Spider suit, whatever.
What's the point?
What's the point? It's not like you can just in the middle of a busy street. Well, everybody actually already knows he's Spider-Man, though.
But we don't know how that's going to work out.
We don't know how that's going to work out, but it's not smart to do that. That if you're in the middle of the street, you just see who this person is. Oh, Iron Spider up and then down.
Yeah.
I think he probably won't.
But Iron Spider is nanotech, right?
It's nanotech, so it can pop up at any moment. But it's still not beneficial to him.
So can you make it be glasses?
The glasses be nanotech?
No. Can you make the spider suit?
I don't think so because if you look at the
it's too big, right?
Well, if you look at the suit when it was in its containment pod, it was still the suit. You could still see the form of the suit. When it came to Tony Stark's, it was just an arc reactor.
And a shirt? No, he just had in a shirt.
He just had an arc reactor, and the glasses were actually a part of that nanotech. Because I don't know if you saw, they fused into his actual suit when he took them off.
It's true. Because in the comics, the Iron Spider is a backpack.
Yeah.
So how come it can't do that now? I'm sure it probably can.
I'm sure they probably can.
He just doesn't know how.
Also, what's more convenient, just having... Well, is the Iron Spider suit also like an arc reactor for him?
No, remember we were seeing that it's not. It's not like it's
not
an arc reactor.
Then how does he just have it always on and just not the helmet, or what is it?
Because it can't go inside of him.
It can't go inside of him.
It's not Extremis.
It's not Extremis, yeah. But when we see it first showed, when we first see the Iron Spider suit in Spider-Man Homecoming, it's an actual suit. It's not even nanotech.
Yeah.
It's fully realized. It's something that he would put on.
Yeah.
When we see it in Infinity War, it launches from a missile similar to when he launches Hulkbuster.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
And then it wraps around him. Then when we see it in Far From Home, it's actual nanotech that has to be charged and contained, and it has to.
So maybe remember in Iron Man 3 where he gets out of his suit or gets in his suit and it opens.
It just opens and clamps up.
Kind of something like that.
Do you think so? Do you think under his clothes he always has the Iron Spider suit active and just not the helmet? Because I mean, the helmet has always retracted for any of the iron suits, Iron Man, Ironmonger, whatever.
Probably.
Does it just retract?
Probably. He probably has it on, but like if someone touches him, it's like, hey, you got a big old metal suit under you.
But is it? You were telling me earlier it's probably not that heavy.
It's probably not that heavy.
So it's probably just like it's meshy, probably.
That's a good question. Because it does look like metal. It's metal. It's some type of metal.
And obviously, it has to be there, and there has to be components of nanotechnology if he's going to be using his the spider claws and everything. Exactly. If they're gonna form. He's obviously where are they coming from?
Yeah.
Because for Iron Man, I mean.
Iron Man makes sense. Everything's in here.
And his arc reactor, and he has a limited supply. That's why Infinity War. At some point, he runs out, and he has to kind of I have to prioritize it to this one or
what
this
do I want to do?
But with Spider-Man, is it just one suit and that's it?
Because we've never seen anything break off his suit. Right? So you're right.
No, when he got hit by Thanos, even his mask didn't crash or anything. But when Thanos hit Tony, it broke off. So is it a different kind of nanotech?
Is his suit stronger?
I mean, maybe, because he is a kid, and Tony does care about the kids, so maybe he puts some more function.
You don't think 52 would be super strong? Like, it's nanotech, right? It's like...
But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot you can think about that.
It's true, because I'm thinking... Because the Iron Spider's got to come from somewhere, and he's got to go somewhere when he's not in it. Right? But then again, does he always have it on? Because he had it in the suit, or in the container. Why have it in the container if we're going to always have it on? So maybe he doesn't always have it on.
Is it just to charge it, maybe?
Then that begs the question, how long is a charge? Probably lasts forever. It
probably does last forever, and I bet that charger is always saving battery at any point, so it's not using AC current. It probably has it probably has some sort of arc reactor in there, and it's not actually plugged into a wall.
Yeah, to be realistic, it probably does. But then when he puts it on, it's like, how long can he go, or how does he put it away?
And what if it dies?
Yeah, and if it dies, it's not.
Is there an emergency function where he taps a button or something and he releases?
Because remember in Iron Man 3 when the suit runs out of battery and he has to drag it along? It's heavy.
It is.
It's heavy. So the Iron Spider would be heavy. Even though it's thinner, it'd be heavy.
It would still
at least 20 pounds.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be able to create spider arms that are fully metal, that are able to support your weight, stab people, and lift them up into the air, there has to be some sort of mass or density to it, leading to weight. It has to be heavy.
That's right.
Same thing with him. If he's gonna get punched by Thanos' fist, and he's not gonna break, it's not gonna break his helmet or anything. It's got to be strong enough and dense enough to support that. Yeah, that's weird.
So if his suit dies, it's gonna be heavy. You can't have it on all the time. It probably just shoots out to him when he needs it. Now how's he shooting it out? Right? It's like he doesn't have a remote control or like an app. So what's going on now?
And also, well, I mean. Could it just... No, it's not a component of his Homecoming suit, because we see his Homecoming suit separate from his actual Iron Spider suit. Yeah. Which then begs the question, why isn't the Homecoming suit also nanotechnology?
Even if it's not, that one I can see him having under all the time. Because that one's...
Well, I mean, he does. He puts it on in the first Homecoming. He puts it on in the middle of an alleyway, and then he presses the spider button and it suits up on him, remember?
That's true. He takes it out and puts it back on, right?
Yeah.
Because what I was thinking is he could just have it under him.
Well, I mean, he would always have to wear long sleeves. He would always have to wear pants. He would always have to have a button-up shirt that would cover his collar and everything.
That's true. Because like in the older, like in the show, he never wears short sleeves in the cartoon. Because he always has his
web shooters.
Yeah, his web shooters.
But they just look like bracelets, don't they? Because doesn't the functionality also come from the suit? Because he has the web shooters on, but he's triggering it at the... Well, I mean, it depends which Spider-Man you're looking at.
Because I was talking about the 90s cartoon from Fox.
The animated series?
Yeah.
What did those look like? Did those actually have a trigger?
Those were like round.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they were round cufflinks. Yeah. But he didn't always have those on outside of his suit.
Are you sure? No, but he was having them with him, didn't he?
He had them with him, but like in his pockets or in his backpack or something.
Oh, you know what? Same thing with Spider-Man. Now that I think about it, in Homecoming, he's trying to put him on. Remember at the end, when he's fighting Vulture, or when he's about to leave to fight Vulture, he's trying to put him on, and he gets hit.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the same thing.
And there aren't buttons, but there's triggers on his actual suit. If you look at the webbing on his hands, you see a black trigger, similar to a Spider-Man game where he just puts them on, but there's a pressure point right here where if you press hard enough, it will trigger it. If you don't, it's just whatever, you're making a fist.
Yeah, that was double tap.
Was it double tap? I think that's in the... No.
I wasn't doing some of them, right?
Actually, I think that's in the animated series. They explain that there's a certain amount of pressure you have to put to it
for it to go.
For it to launch. Otherwise, if you're just making a fist, it's not going to just
shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, you can... web shoot and punch someone at the same time.
How helpful is that going to be, though?
I mean, how cool.
That's just going to get on your fist because you're going to be punching with the momentum that you're actually shooting it with, too, so you're just going to get your hands dirty.
It's true. I mean, you should probably shoot out faster than you can punch. But either way, it's there's no point. Yeah, there's no point. But I mean, yeah, I guess he doesn't always have it on. But the Iron Spider is a whole different monster to deal with in terms of keeping it.
It's just, I mean, you're not really trying to look that deep into it when you're watching a movie. We're just kind of nitpicky at this point.
Yeah. But it's something that should have answered at one point or another.
Exactly.
I guess with the new suit, it doesn't. Well, what happened to the Iron Spider suit? It was just at home, right?
He just didn't take it with him.
All right.
But now that he's back in New York, I mean, is he going to still use the new suit that he made, the black and red suit? Is he going to use Iron Spider suit? Is he going to use... Well, does he still have Homecoming suit?
That blew up, remember?
You don't think he has another version? Like another safe...
I don't think so.
He only had the one suit?
He only had the one suit.
That's kind of whack.
Because Tony took it away from him?
And then he gave it back to him?
Yeah.
So you think Iron Spider's really the only concrete option he has in case he loses another suit?
Yeah. Well, no, he could probably go to Happy and make another one, but it's like...
How easily available is that at this point? Happy was there with them. Happy won't always be there.
But he's easily able to call Happy.
I mean, yeah.
And probably Tony says something along the lines of, "Hey, Happy, take care of him." Whenever I'm
I mean, if he has Edith, can he launch a suit the same way you launch Hulkbuster or anything else, Stark Industries?
Probably, because he has access to all.
Because I mean, at Avengers Facility, that's where his Iron Spider suit launched from. It launched from that capsule that came from Avengers Facility in upstate New York, and went to New York City itself and latched itself on there. With Edith, he has full access to everything Stark.
It's literally everything.
So do you think maybe that's an option to him?
He could probably make it. But now that begs the question: can he control Iron Man suits?
Iron Man suit's done.
Are they?
Are they? There's Rescue. Is Rescue still... I mean, maybe Rescue's still active?
Probably,
I wouldn't
even if it is, it's probably only registered to Pepper.
Well, I don't even know if they would be still active, because the whole world is looking for another Iron Man. If you have Rescue, if you have War Machine, why would you look for another Iron Man? Because you have two candidates there.
I think by Iron Man, they're not looking for Iron Man, the suit. They're looking for Tony Stark. They're looking for the next world hero, the next innovator, the next... futurist,
Then do you think Tony Stark's plan was to leave it as Spider-Man, or as Peter Parker's Spider-Man? Because when you think of Iron Man, when you look at people who think of Iron Man, they always say Tony Stark's Iron Man.
Yeah.
Did he want it just to be Spider-Man as Iron Man, or Peter Parker's Spider-Man is the new hero?
I think that was it. Because remember at the end of Homecoming, he's like, "Oh, you can come out here." He wanted him to meet everyone in the press.
That's right.
So he wanted him to reveal his identity.
So more than likely, he wanted him to reveal his identity.
Yeah, he would have been Peter Parker Spider-Man, but that would have been the next Iron Man per se.
That would have been his Peter Parker Spider-Man is equal to Tony Stark's Iron Man.
Yeah, it's in the new era.
Then how is that going to apply now that it's
far from home? Knows it's like
how is that going to apply? Because I mean, I assume to some point they're going to be able to prove that he wasn't guilty of everything that happened in England or Quentin's death.
I'm sure that's going to happen.
I mean, because you have S.H.I.E.L.D. to back him up.
Yeah,
whether it be Talos or actual Nick Fury.
Exactly, you have the whole.
You have Stark Industries, so he has glasses recording everything at the whole time. His suit probably has microphones all over the place.
Not only that, but who is Peter Parker? Does anyone even know, other than high school people?
Yeah.
So it's like, why him? Who cares? Just get.
And also, if you're Spider-Man, and you were chosen by Iron Man, I mean, and you worked with the Avengers, you're not going to be a bad guy. You're not just going to kill someone unless you actually had to. Exactly. So it's not like he can't justify himself, and he didn't kill him. It's not like he doesn't have justification. And you have the whole roster of the Avengers to kind of back you up and be like, nah, this kid fought with us. He's a good kid.
The only problem was that no one saw Mysterio be a villain, right? Everyone saw him be a hero.
You don't think you could access footage of that? I mean, Edith was incorporated into Mysterio's helmet
but do you think,
into the drones. You don't think he could they could retcon that and get the footage back?
But do you think Mysterio would be dumb enough to keep it on there?
Who knows?
It's true.
Mysterio was dumb enough to let himself get killed. He thought he had a full plan, but obviously it didn't work out.
It's true. Well, he also thought he killed Peter.
He also thought he could put Peter.
Yeah.
I mean,
he did it.
He did it.
Pretty gnarly scene.
I mean, that was yeah. But
he didn't. Yeah, I guess you're right. They can go back and kind of extract things.
Again, being Stark's technology, even though he made the suit on his own and he didn't have his mask on, I assume there's some form of recording or audio or something that could be transmitted at all times. I mean, how else would he communicate with Happy? He doesn't have something there, and if he lost his mask, well, he has to find a way of communication.
It's true. That is very true.
And regardless of the situation, if he still has Karen, regardless of whether he has the mask on or not, Karen is still active. Otherwise, how would he reach his sub-program for his webbing and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, not only that, but during Mysterio's recording, he had Edith on.
Yeah, so I mean, just like Edith, play back the last 20 seconds of what actually happened.
Exactly. Hey, give me back March 3rd or whatever.
That's probably what's going to happen. It's probably just, I mean, they're probably going to not even talk about that. They're just explain, oh, he's cool, he's whatever. And we're really going to be seeing Peter Parker turn into Tony Stark, kind of thing.
Yeah,
well, not turn into
like a bigger figure.
Yeah, Peter Parker is now just as important as Spider-Man as Iron Man was
Yeah.
to Tony Stark.
Did he graduate high school?
I don't know. Wasn't that a graduation?
Was it graduation?
I have no idea.
Because we never saw him graduate.
I mean, they explained it very little of what happened with the blip, but
Because I'm thinking if he graduated, he can go on to do the Parker Industries or whatever it's called. No, there you go. Next Iron Man.
you don't think he's gonna go to Eastern State University first?
It's maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but
Or whatever. Is that what it's called? Eastern State or?
is it the one? What's the one that's in the Spider-Man game?
That's what I'm thinking of.
Is it Eastern?
Is it Northeast or it's something State University?
New York State? Isn't New York?
No, that's not New York because that's a real one. It's a made up one.
I have no clue.
Whatever. But
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he'd go.
he has options.
He'd go to school first or whatever, and maybe work with Doc Ock a little bit. You know, like in the Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, you
game.
still have a lot of. If he only has one actual movie left in his contract, you still have a lot that you can work with the Iron Man.
There's
No,
no
I mean
way.
Spider-Man.
There's no way he has one movie left. Come on, man.
I don't. Well, I mean, they can. He's on. He wants to milk it, Marvel will milk it. But it also depends on him. Which I mean, I think he will milk it.
Yeah, because you still want to play Spider-Man for like forever.
But you have to be careful with how you milk it. I mean, you can't make 100 Spider-Man movies.
yeah, not only that, but they just got Spider-Man back.
They just got.
They're not gonna get rid of him.
Plus, they have the rest of the continuity of everything else Marvel that they just acquired, so they have a lot to
Yeah.
work with there.
Fantastic Four and Spider-Man.
Fantastic Four. Yeah. So that could be another story. I mean, you can make like a tie-in movie, like how Ant-Man and the Wasp is technically a tie-in movie. It's a 2-hero movie. It's technically Ant-Man's second outing, but in the title card you have two movies,
And the
two
Wasp,
heroes. It's
yeah.
two people involved.
Well, I mean, there's no Wasp without Ant-Man, so
But there is a
Ant-Man without Wasp.
without the Wasp, yeah.
Because the Wasp is all Ant-Man technology. Well, the original ones, you're gonna go Hank Pym and Genuine Dan.
and
so,
yeah, but I mean that's
it's a whole different story. It's a whole different story. Yeah, I won't even get into that.
Oh,
Freaking abusive Hank.
got into this pretty deep, I guess.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff we covered.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess what we got left is Doctor Strange 2.
Doctor Strange 2.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
That's all I really got to say. He's my favorite hero.
I'm gonna check the camera real quick. I'm gonna
He's
keep
my
talking to you
favorite
though. And it's gonna be a horror movie, so they are taking a different. It died.
Really?
I don't know what point it died.
Oh man.
Hey guys, sorry about that. So we're actually filming this not only audio, but we're also filming it on video. But our camera actually died 6 minutes in, so guess
like-
this is gonna be an audio only, guys.
Yes, maybe next time we'll get the video as soon as we can figure things out.
Yeah,
We're
but
talking about Doctor Strange 2, a horror movie, including Wanda.
yeah,
right?
Scarlet Witch.
Like I said, Doctor Strange, he's one of my favorite heroes. He's OP in the comics. He just shows a whole dimension.
He's very under OP in the movie.
Oh, I know. I don't think he's Sorcerer Supreme yet. That's why. Once he is,
Does he not hold the title at this point?
I don't think he holds the title yet.
Because the ancient one was the one who held the title of Sorcerer Supreme, wasn't she? Prior in the movies.
Yeah.
So
But
there's currently no Sorcerer Supreme at the moment.
I don't think so.
Because it's not Wong.
Definitely not Wong. If it's not Doctor Strange, it's not Wong.
So there's just no Sorcerer Supreme. He's just
Probably not, because they haven't mentioned it.
then what's his title? Just Protector of the Earth?
Yeah, Protector of Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yeah, the Earth Sorcerer.
Yeah, probably.
They really don't use any. They never say anything about his
They
title
haven't
as
said
Sorcerer
anything
Supreme.
No, not yet. But once he is, man, he's gonna be OP. I'm telling you, in the comics, he destroyed Dimension because he deemed it too evil to be there. It's like, who does that? Like, how OP do you got to be to do that? Same thing with Wanda, where she said, "No more, or only mutants or whatever." And there you go, we got House of M. Like, these are some of the most OP hero. Or I guess Wanda's like a villain because she's like in the comics.
In the comics,
Right.
no, she was definitely a villain in the comics.
MCU wise, we have some of the most powerful, some of the more powerful heroes in a one movie, in a horror movie, in a multiverse.
But yeah. Well, I mean, it makes sense. They're introducing a super strong villain with Nightmare.
Oh, they introduced a Nightmare?
It's Nightmare.
Oh,
Nightmare is
I
a
don't
villain.
know. I don't know. It's Nightmare.
So I mean, obviously, it makes sense if you introduce Wanda with Nightmare. Kind of makes sense because hers is a lot of
So that begs the question: is it a real multiverse, or is Nightmare making it up?
I think it's a real multiverse, personally.
Is it? Because Nightmare, you know how Nightmare does that, right? He like makes nightmares,
Yeah.
fake things.
Yeah.
So
I would assume it's a real multiverse because the ancient one already told us it was a real multiverse.
yeah, so we know there's a multiverse, right? It's like, so I hope they expand on that a little more.
It's hard to kind of expand in a multiverse though because you have to get. I mean, there's a lot of probability. There's a lot of what ifs. And it's just a lot of like.
It's all what ifs. It's like you can do anything.
Yeah,
You can
basically,
do anything.
exactly. Yeah, and I mean,
And it's it's one of the things I don't like about the multiverse is that, oh, this person's dead. Now we just bring him right back with the multiverse.
oh yeah, that's just another Earth.
Yeah.
Bring them from there.
And that's something Arrow did a lot. Not to touch on DC too much, but it's like Arrow did that with the Brian Laurel. They brought in so many people from different Earths. It's like that's not cool. Like, like does anyone die? right? It's like
Well, isn't that what their new thing for Crisis on Infinite Earth is going to be about? Isn't that why they're going to have the Anti-Monitor and all that shit?
I don't even watch that show anymore.
I started watching the Flash. Flash, the only one I really watched that was CW and DC related was Smallville. That's the only real show I cared about.
I want to rewatch it. It's on the streaming service, but
I don't want to get the streaming service.
If I get it, I'll give it to you. But if I get it,
yeah,
we'll see. But because I had it for a while, but then I
had it for a minute to watch the first half of Young Justice season 3.
Yeah. I watched Titans with it, and Titans was really good.
Yeah.
I really wanted to watch Doom Patrol because the way they introduced the characters, it was so beautiful. It's like the scene where what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he's wrapped in bandages. He comes out and you just hear AC/DC playing. And he's cooking. And it's like, it's awesome because it's not like it's like, oh, he's powerful. It's just fun.
The guy in bandages? It's not Invisible Man or whatever?
Is that his name?
Is it?
I don't know.
Man?
But then you got Brendan Fraser coming back, right? And that's like the awesomest thing ever because he was one of the best actors ever. It's like, I mean, not the best actors ever, but Looney Tunes back in action, bro. He was awesome. I really liked him. But
okay, well, back tomorrow.
Back tomorrow.
So where were we? Multiverse.
That's the problem I have with the multiverse. So I hope they do it right and they keep Tony Stark dead and they keep people that are dead. You know, otherwise it's not going to be very good.
What was that thing in Ant-Man called?
The Quantum Realm?
The Quantum Realm. Is that a multiverse thing or is that just a parallel dimension?
Is that... I wouldn't say it's a parallel
Not parallel, but is it just a different dimension?
I also wouldn't... Yeah, because I wouldn't say it's a multiverse.
Not part of them, because nothing's separate.
No, because it's still in
it's still part of theirs,
just micro. Like a micro universe.
Yeah. And same with Dormammu. He wasn't in a different universe. He was just in a different dimension, wasn't
he? Exactly, yeah. Come to bargain. But, they're not in different universes. It's just... So that's fine. I hope you see more of Dormammu. Because they introduced him and then he's like, he's gone. He's done.
They do that with everybody, though.
It's not... They did that with Ghost, and it's like...
I mean, they're bringing back Zemo.
Oh, are they? Oh, for the show, right?
For the show.
For the show. See, I didn't like Ghost. She was useless, you know?
They were just trying to find someone to kind of incorporate the quantum realm with, though.
Yeah, I guess. I feel like they could have done better.
Well, I mean, because the real point of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is it literally is the world's longest TV show. It literally is. You're just aiming for the season finale, the series finale.
Yeah, sure.
So everything they did, I mean, the introduction of Ghost, whether you like it or not, I mean, it was kind of just to introduce the quantum realm more. That way, you could have the quantum realm pop up in Endgame as a facet for them to use for time travel.
But they should have at least had her in Endgame, you know? Because she was just kind of...
You don't think she was snapped?
No, but in Endgame, when she came back?
Was she a hero, though? And who else aside from Ant-Man would have known? I mean, Doctor Strange could have known her, but would she have been of any use to them?
Who else from Ant-Man really knew Wasp? Right? And she was there.
Ant-Man, bro. He was in Endgame, so he could have probably been like...
Exactly. Who else? Well, Ant-Man knew her. No one.
I mean...
I guess how useful would Ghost have really been?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, Doctor Strange saw every single possibility, so he already knew who to bring into the battlefield themselves at the end of the actual battle.
Sure.
Ghost, what did she have done? Just become invisible and punched a giant Chitauri thing?
Held the gauntlet, phase with it.
Can she control her phasing, though?
She did a little bit, remember? When she's fighting Wasp and going through the car?
Very little, though.
But now that she's better because of the... I don't know, it's been 5 years.
Well, 5 years if she's been alive.
Yeah, if she
it's been like a day for her. It's been like 2 days for her. If she got snapped,
then she'd probably be fine and she could probably control it. Because that was the problem. Remember, she needed more of the quantum realm. So I don't know what they were.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. Oh, but I guess she never got him. She never got him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she's probably dead.
She's probably dead. Never coming back.
She ain't getting.
Well, I mean, there's no plans for another Ant-Man. So I mean, unless they incorporate her somewhere else,
there better be another Ant-Man. I love Paul Rudd.
I thought you said you didn't want another Ant-Man.
I don't want another Ant-Man with the same the same stupidity in it.
But it's Paul Rudd.
It's Paul Rudd.
You literally just said that.
And that's the problem.
Paul Rudd is America's stupid ass.
Yeah, and that's the problem because Scott isn't stupid. Because remember in the beginning of Ant-Man 1...
No, he's not. He's not stupid. He's quite intellectual and quite a genius.
He's got a master's in electrical engineering. It's like, you're not dumb when you got a master's in electrical... You know how hard I did 1 semester of electrical engineering. I dropped out of high school or college. That's how hard it was.
Shut up, man.
But so for him to do that...
But again, that ties back into everything else we've been saying when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It doesn't take itself seriously at this point.
Exactly, and that's one of
there are serious moments, obviously. I mean...
That's probably one of the biggest problems, is that it doesn't take itself seriously. But I don't know. It's like... If it would take itself more seriously, it'd probably be a little better. Because there's so much missing in the series. Like, that's why I don't like Thor so much. Well, Thor, the first ones were too serious. But they gotta find that right balance, like in Winter Soldier.
Well, Thor just wasn't fun as a character.
Yeah, Thor was garbage.
Thor was just kind of, even in the Avengers movies, he wasn't fun.
Yeah, no.
He was just kind of there as a powerhouse in comparison to Hulk.
That's true. That's true.
Because that's one of the that's one of the reasons they invented Thor. I don't know if you read that. Thor was just created as an opposite to Hulk, to someone who could keep up with Hulk.
Yeah, I've never seen that on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Our feeds are pretty similar at this point.
Yeah, I mean the whole superhero thing is.
Yeah, I mean it takes over.
I see it a lot. But, I mean, I guess it's true.
Well, I mean, enough of Thor. I mean, we're talking about Doctor Strange, so it's like.
It's true. Yeah.
You're gonna have the most. You're gonna have one of the most powerful. I don't know if we can call her mutants yet, because she's enhanced. She's not even really a mutant. She was born with the mutation. That's not how they took it and incorporated it. But you have one of the most powerful beings in the universe because
two of the most powerful beings. Yeah.
That's exactly like so. You better do it justice.
You better be doing some OP stuff, you know.
I mean, she almost took down Thanos twice.
Yeah.
In Infinity War and Endgame.
Not only make them strong, but make Nightmare strong.
Make it comparable.
Yeah.
Don't just make it like he's smart. Make him
like a beast and fighting, and he knows he knows how to. Maybe he doesn't know well, he's magic, right? He's magic. He's like dark magic type of thing. So he's really good at it. And now Doctor Strange wanted to have a good villain, a formidable foe.
Well, her thing isn't magic, is it?
It's not magic.
Because when it comes to it, like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, at least, it's just like some form of. They explained it in.
I don't remember.
But it was some sort of energy.
Yeah, energy manipulation.
Energy manipulation. Right? Her brother was kinetic, some bullshit, whatever.
He's dead anyway.
He's dead, so it doesn't matter. So hers is just energy manipulation, but I mean, she's getting energy from one of the most powerful sources of energy in the universe, which is the Mind Stone.
Exactly. So I mean,
she's obviously OP. She almost took down Thanos on her own.
Yeah.
Twice.
So I mean, Nightmare better be.
She destroyed an Infinity Stone, held down.
She did. Right.
She held down Thanos with what was it? Was it 5 at that point? 5 stones? Yeah, it was 5 stones because the Mind Stone was the last stone he needed before the snap. So obviously she's strong.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, he's obviously ridiculously strong.
Could he have killed Thanos?
Yes.
Probably.
Anyone of the sorcerers could have killed Thanos. They could have.
Not that Doctor Strange could have though.
Doctor Strange could have easily, but all they did was make him stop a river from flooding the fight.
So dumb. Doctor Strange could just you're dead. Boom, and there you go. But I guess he needed a snap to get rid of his army, right? It's kind of.
Did he?
Probably.
Did you?
I mean,
Doctor Strange. They could just open portals and send them into space.
Yeah, in reality, did they need it? No.
It was just. No. I mean, it was just. You're kind of just. You needed to end Tony Stark's story.
Yeah. Could Thor have destroyed the ship? Of course.
Oh, easily.
Could Doctor Strange had to cut off.
Captain America could have destroyed the ship at that point. He had the full power of Mjolnir.
Yeah.
He summoned lightning from the sky and threw it at frickin' Thanos. He could have just done the same thing.
The ship.
Loaded up for like 10 more seconds.
Boom.
And destroyed the ship. He could have done that to the whole battlefield. Did they? No. Well, why? Because it's a movie, so it doesn't work.
Remember how everyone wanted Doctor Strange to open a portal and cut off Thanos' hand?
Yeah.
He could have cut off Thanos' head. In Endgame, he had no stones, right? He could have just been like, you're dead. Boom. Get out of my world. And then there was
a million ways it could have ended.
Yeah. And then
but I mean, I was saying something that said the reason there was like someone just saying it just to say it, the reason they didn't do that is because that's one of the 14 million possibilities that Doctor Strange saw and it didn't work out.
Man.
I mean, they're always gonna say it that way just to like kind of.
All you have to do is kill Thanos and it's over. Because the Black Order, who are listening to? Thanos. The Chitauri. Who are listening?
For the Chitauri, you just have to kill the mothership, and the Chitauri are done.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, did you see that deleted scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, where with Rocket's like, you guys fought them for 3 hours. All you had to do was take out the mothership, and then Tony shaves him.
We didn't know we had a mothership. It's like, you didn't know?
Yeah.
And it's true. I mean, show the mothership.
But
now they knew.
But I mean, when it comes to it, I mean, you're making a movie, so you can't really do that. That's why Captain Marvel was in the whole movie, because Captain Marvel also could have just killed Thanos right off the bat. Yes, he's smart and he used the stone, but before him getting the stone, if she was on the battlefield, let's be real.
It's the same thing with Thor, you know. Same thing with all of them. It's like, could any of them kill them? Of course, but it didn't. I guess Iron Man did, but
yeah,
it was a good death.
It was a good death.
Totally worth it.
But I don't know. We just have. I mean, they have to do justice for Doctor Strange.
Yeah, at this point. They really do.
They've done justice for Wanda, Scarlet Witch. You know, they've shown us that she is powerful in her own right. She's strong as, basically.
Yeah, she's super strong. It's like you can't
deny it.
Yeah, I can't defeat her either.
But now we kind of have to see Doctor Strange, because in his first movie outing, he was just getting the ropes. He was just kind of learning it, figuring it all out, and everything. In Infinity War, which is his second outing. He knew a lot
way
more.
Better.
He was able to do a lot more.
Yeah.
He had the bands. He was able to do motion projection.
Yeah,
he was able
to himself. What was the other stuff he did? He shot the The other dimension of him? What was it? Remember where you can go into the train?
Mirror dimension?
Yeah, he shot the mirror dimension.
He shot the mirror dimension and turned all of... He stopped Thanos' Power Stone blast and turned it into butterflies.
He stopped a lot of stuff.
He's strong.
Yeah.
But now, it's been... How long was Spider-Man after Endgame? It was a couple of months at least, right? Or a few years? Or
supposedly Homecoming took place or Far From Home took place a few days after Endgame. Is what Feige said. But I think it was a few months.
I think it was a few months.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's going to be a couple of months to a couple of years for Doctor Strange. So
yeah, exactly.
He obviously has to be more powerful. I mean, why not? Why would he just stay where he's at?
Why wouldn't he be Sorcerer Supreme?
Exactly. Why would he stay where he's at if he knows that his whole job is to keep the Earth safe from anything that might...
And he can learn everything. He has an eidetic memory. Remember he said that in the first
and he has the full access to the Sanctum Sanctorum and any of the other sanctums in the world, which is a vast collection of knowledge.
Yeah, so
that's how he learned how to use the Eye of Agamotto without even the help of somebody else.
Yeah, he just read the book.
He just read the book and then he used it against Dormammu.
That's all it takes. Reading the book.
Read the book. Should we read books more?
We should probably read books. I'm reading a book right now.
I'm not reading any books. I should probably have a lot of time on my hands now.
Yeah, we got lots of time. We got nothing but time.
We got nothing but time now.
That's what we do. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, they just have to do justice.
Right, they do. I don't know. As far as the characters go, I'm really just missing Iron Fist.
Oh, it's for someone that you're wanting?
Yeah, but not only that, not only am I missing Iron Fist, I'm missing a good Iron Fist.
What do you
mean? The show wasn't good.
I didn't even watch it.
I enjoyed the second season because they brought in Orson Randall and they brought in some of the older Iron Fist. They connected it because I had just finished reading the Iron Fist, one of his comic books. I had just finished reading it.
Yeah.
So it was cool that I can see it all tie in, but they canceled it all and he wasn't a very good Iron Fist anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they brought him in. I hope they bring him in. And make him OP, make him like he should be in the comics.
Well, I don't really know much about Iron Fist to begin with, if I'm being honest.
I know a little bit about him. He's like so he knows a bunch of martial arts. He's one of the best fighters. He can control his chi.
I see he has that weird thing where he punches or something. Yeah, it turns like yellow or some bullshit.
So what he did is he fought a dragon.
What the?
Yeah, I think he killed the dragon, or he fought a dragon and got the power of the Iron Fist. And so with the Iron Fist, it's chi energy. You can do a lot of stuff with it. You can punch really hard. You can kick really hard. Or Orson Randall can shoot chi energy bullets with his guns, and you can heal people. You can manipulate their minds and stuff like that. And it's OP. And he's the best fighter ever. And he's rich. He owns a company.
Oh yeah, what's his last name?
Rand.
Rand.
Danny Rand.
Yeah, Rand Industries. That's right.
And then Daredevil, of course. He's
not someone you want to see.
Hope they put him in Spider-Man because the whole lore thing. But they're the only two Defenders I care about. I don't know.
Oh, so you just want Defenders?
I just want Daredevil and Iron Fist, really. The rest of the Defenders, I don't really care. Really, Jessica Jones, I
mean, nobody really cares. Luke Cage, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I have Luke Cage in there just for Iron Fist so they can do Heroes for Hire. Other than that, I don't care.
I really just want Ghost Rider, but I want Robbie... I don't know. Have you read about Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider? Have you seen any implementation of it? He's fairly new, so
I saw a few of his scenes from S.H.I.E.L.D., but
I don't know, man. That's what actually got me in love with him, bro. Because he's just... the way they put him in there, he's a very, very strong Ghost Rider. Because who was the previous Ghost Rider?
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. What was his actual character's name?
Nicolas Cage.
Johnny
Cage.
Johnny
Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
Because what happens in the show, I don't know if you saw this when you were watching it too, what happens in the show is he's driving, I'm not going to give you the full background, but he's driving in his
Charger,
in his Charger, in his I think it's a '69 Charger Hellcat or some bullshit. He's driving his Charger with his brother. Some gang members mess him up, and he flies out the car in a car crash. He flies out onto the passage of a freeway or like a bridge or whatever, and he dies. He's gonna die. He sees that his brother's dying, so he makes a commitment to say, so if any power out there will help me, I'll do whatever. So obviously the spirit of the Ghost Rider is listening.
The devil.
Yeah, so he saves his soul, but it's actually Johnny Blaze who comes. They show a motorcycle coming, so you kind of insinuate we know who that is. They show the motorcycle coming, they show the boots, and then they show him passing out, and he's alive. He's fully healed, everything's fine, his brother's fine, everything too.
That's awesome.
But he's a new Ghost Rider. So the cool thing about him is he already has all the abilities that Johnny Blaze already had. So he's a very OP Ghost Rider.
That's cool.
Like he can open portals with his whip, with his fire and everything, because he actually has that power. He's able to, do penance there in the actual penance itself. He's just dope, man. It's just somebody I want to see.
That sounds pretty cool. I don't know about that. Because I remember watching the Ghost Rider movies, Spirit of Vengeance. I barely paid attention because how garbage it was.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Plus, he's Latino, so that's cool too. I mean, it's like it could be a good corporation because you know how Marvel is with their with their everything and whatever. Yeah. But also, his car is tight, bro. His car is tight.
It's a good car. I'm not a car guy.
It's a Challenger.
That, but,
Challenger, not Charger.
It's a Charger.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's a Charger.
Nah, Chargers are fatter than Challengers, and Challengers I know their faces.
I don't know.
Let me look.
I'm pretty
right
sure
here.
my friend told me it was a Charger. My friend's pretty into cars, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. And then you're mentioning Shield. It's like, are they even still part of the universe? Are they even relevant to?
Who knows? Are they? Well,
because they were the first few seasons. Because
they were the first few seasons, but what I think really messed it up is their final season when Thanos was invading. They mentioned it. But then they didn't go with the snap. They didn't go with the continuity of the snap.
They did it?
No, they kept going as if everything was fine and they defeated Thanos. The snap never happened. So I assume it could be a multiverse thing. It could, but I would just like to see it incorporated because I mean you have a big storyline there with Inhumans and everything.
Yeah, and you got what's his name?
Phil Coulson.
Who's
now dead.
Oh, he's dead now.
He's actually dead this time.
Again.
He's real dead this time.
Maybe
he died.
Yeah, just take him to Tahiti.
Oh, nah, bro, that was messed up. Have you ever seen it? What happened to his mentality?
A little bit, but I don't really. Wasn't he doing a bunch of alien signs or whatever?
Yeah, he was doing a bunch of alien signs because it was Kree. It was Kree blood that they used to bring him back. So he was just going crazy.
Yeah, that was a little weird. I mean,
damn it was a Charger.
Well, that's how you told you it was a Charger.
Oh, screw off.
I don't know. I guess to see what happens in the long run. Hopefully, they connect Shield again, but
it's just so tight, bro.
We don't know. I guess we don't know what's
I don't know. Well, I mean, Shield's kind of at a different point at this.
Yeah, completely different.
It's not even really Shield. It's just like.
Well, it's not Shield because Shield went down with Winter Soldier.
It's just like 24. It's just like a dozen people working together.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
And space also. They're in space.
They're in space?
Yeah, remember in Far From Home, they're in space.
Shield in space?
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury's not a part of Shield anymore.
But Maria Hill was confirmed to be like when they did the interviews and everything. Kevin Feige said that Maria Hill was also with Nick Fury.
And she's like with Shield still.
I mean, she's not with Tony Stark anymore.
Because Nick Fury he didn't quit Shield, but he when Shield went down. I remember he technically wasn't director anymore. He made Coulson director.
Coulson made. Well, I mean, this is a continuity of Agents of Shield, but Coulson made someone else director now.
See, and there's a problem. Nick Fury straight up comes out, makes him director, but you get not in the MCU.
So what's the point of it, right?
What's going on?
And that's the thing, because Kevin Feige isn't even the one who's... It's like his brother that's actually involved with it as a producer.
Yeah.
So I think if they just had a better direction of how they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they really do.
No, that's why they're not really... That's why the movies aren't really, mentioning them. Because they're not sure if they even want to put it in there.
Because, I mean, if the movies mention them... If the continuity of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. matched the continuity of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you'd have a lot of Inhumans that they could have used for power backup. You have Quake, who could literally destroy the Earth with earthquakes. You have people who can become ice and control electricity and control fire and become like metal and whatever. You have everything basically. There's anything. You have any Inhuman, but
except for the actual Inhumans.
Except for that because that was garbage.
Yeah, we're not going
to talk about that. But they just. I guess it's not part of it anymore.
Should be. I mean, that's a whole section of.
But then you have to retcon more. And retconning can only get you so far without asking any questions.
But do you? You don't have to retcon the movies because they're just not mentioning it.
Then you would have to retcon the show.
I mean, it's fine.
Because they still have one more season left, I think. They're still renewed for another season.
I don't know.
So how are you going to explain, this whole season where we're alive, just something different?
Hey, we just happened to be here the entire time.
Yeah, instead of getting snapped.
Under your nose.
Yeah, we're just here. And we also didn't apply to anything that happened to you.
We just happened to be the group that didn't get snapped. All of us.
And also these Avenger level events that were happening with the characters. Oh, none of the other Avengers had to take place. Whoops.
It's true. It's like S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know. I don't watch S.H.I.E.L.D. anymore, so.
I started watching the season, and then I didn't pay for Hulu again, so...
It's also on Netflix, I guess.
But that takes a while.
Oh, because Hulu you can watch it right
away. But wait, I have my stream app. Maybe I could do it on my stream app.
No, you'd probably be on your home Wi-Fi. Oh, what show? What, ABC, right?
ABC, so maybe, because it's a local.
Maybe. I guess we'll see.
It depends also, yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I don't know. All right.
Okay, well... We're
in a lot of rants.
Yeah, we're about an hour in.
A lot of tangents.
Anything you'd like to leave off on?
If you tuned in this long, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Especially
sorry for little errors earlier on there.
Yes, episode 1, trying it all out.
Yeah. I guess we'll see you guys in episode 2.
Again, this is Lupe.
This is Manny.
And this is 3 Shared Brain Cells.
Tuning out. See you guys next time.